दोस्तों मैं हूं मेजर मोहम्मद अली शाह. Here I'm here to talk to you on a very interesting subject which you all will love, and I'm here in conversation with a very famous personality, Nandita Puri, as I told you all, the great Om Puri Saab's wife, and of course our managing director of the Hapell talk show, Mr. Sudeep. He has never let anyone down. His vision, his power of visualization, his thinking is something extraordinary. His partner, Ragini Agarwal, one of the most dynamic, enterprising, go-getter lady that I've come across. And Hapell's talk show. Let me tell you about Hapell's talk show, the most important thing. Well, this is a new concept. Never before had a concept like this come before, where Sudipto and Ragini got together. And of course, as Majur Sultanpuri once said, मैं तो अकेले ही चला था जाने बे मंजिल. मैं तो अकेले ही चला था जाने बे मंजिल. अगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. As they say, the journey to 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Like, all know the story of from Dandi to Sabarmati, right? From Dandi, one man started a march. Two people followed, 10, 100,000, lakhs, and the famous, which is known as the Dandi March, led by Mahatma Gandhi, and it was a revolutionary march. Similarly, Shudipto, Ragini, they formed a team. Nandaji came in, they got me on board. There's a maiden talk show with the Hapell's talk show where we said, let's come up with a unique concept. They want stardom. People want the smell. They love stardust. They love the smell of anything which is lucky. So Nandaji has got 3 lucky charms. Lucky charms. They have actually gotten great fortune and great luck. Whoever possesses them will not just have a status symbol to show कि भाई ये मेरे पास में है. But let me tell you, a lot of luck, a lot of fortune is going to come their way. And we will talk on it. We'll talk about the Hapell Talk Show. We will talk about the products that, well, I can't call them products. I'll call them the treasures, which Nandaji will talk about over here. And thank you very much. Here we have the mic over to our much awaited and respected guest, Nandita Puri.
Thank you, Major Saab. I think you've just, given me a great introduction. I hope I'm worthy of it. But thank you so much.
So Nandaji, we know that, you launched the Om Puri Foundation in Cannes.
That's
and
right.
Where people are dying to go on the red carpet. They want to die to go to Cannes. Everyone's like, there's a lot of craze about Cannes. You launched it in a grand manner. Could you tell us a bit basic about the launch of the Om Puri Foundation, its objectives?
Right. So the Om Puri Foundation was formed in 2017 at the 70th Cannes Film Festival. And this was in memory of the legendary actor, the late Om Puri, whom we lost very suddenly. And the idea of the foundation was to carry his legacy and his philosophy forward.
That's a very noble thought. In fact, दोस्तों, Hapell's talk show में ऐसे बड़े हस्ती, ऐसे celebrities मैं लेकर आऊंगा आपके साथ. Those who you would wish to hear. And the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, boys and girls, we have the famous author, Nandita Puri, who would be offering us something which is extremely precious, very dear, very close to her heart. She has a lot of emotional attachment to that, but she has kept it forward on behalf of the Hapell talk show for you all. So, Nandadi, I believe there are 3 things which you have got today and to offer to the audience. One is, of course, I know the zip lighter, which was, okay, let us hear it about all from you.
Is to begin with is this Zippo lighter. This is a vintage Zippo lighter. This has been with us about 30 years. And yes, it belonged to the late actor Jalal Aga. So Jalal, I think, passed away around 30 years ago. And a couple of years after he passed away, before he passed away, he had given this Zippo lighter. We're talking of 92, 93, when Zippo lighters were not available in India. Nothing was available online. There was nothing called online. And anyone wanted a Zippo had to go abroad and get. And these were collector's items. Now, Jalal gave this to his friend, actor Nasiruddin Shah. And one day, what happened is, I remember Om and me were at Nasir's place, and I mean, Nasir took out the Zippo lighter and he was lighting. And Om had never seen a Zippo lighter. Saying, Nasir, dekha to tera lighter? Are ye to bare stylish hai. So Nasir said, "Are he used to call him Puri Saab." He's saying, "Puri Saab, ye Zippo hai." So, being a simpleton, said, "Ye Zippo kya hota hai?" So he said, "It's a gas lighter. You fill it up, and it's a collector's item." So suddenly he said, "You like it?" He said, "Yes." "Well, you can have it." So Om said, "No, no, 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 no. Are you sure?" He's saying, "Nahi, idhar to nahi milta, but you get it abroad. Don't worry." So he gave it to this thing and then said, "By the way, Om, that belonged to Jallu. That's Jalal Aga." So it was very generous of Nasir to give it to his friend. Of course, I think 6 or 8 months later, when Om was on one of his London trips, he did get a brand new Zippo lighter for Nasir as a gift. But then that is not as precious as this, because this belonged to Jalal Aga, went to Nasiruddin Shah, and found its way to Om Puri. I think this was somebody did give him another Zippo lighter later, but this. Now we come to the second thing. This is an Oxford English dictionary. This, a pocket size. So this, since 1974-75, you can see the pages are all kind of, and he used it. So when he entered the National School of Drama in 1974, Om couldn't speak good Hindi, forget English. He had Hindi with a strong Punjabi accent and he didn't understand the lessons. So it was Al-Qazi Saab, Ibrahim Al-Qazi, who was mentor to Nasir and Om, who said, "Om, don't feel embarrassed. Stand in front of the mirror and read the English newspaper loud. Whether you make mistakes, keep reading." And one of his friends, Asha Kazbekar, who was his batchmate, had this thing. It was her English dictionary. Her name is written inside, and she gave it to Om. So Om, I think, cut off whatever else was there, and he signed his. He had a habit of signing his name in all this thing. So he kept it, and he scribbles on. You can see, and he went through it. Words he never understood. He would go through it. And the boy who came from Patiala, who didn't know English, couldn't speak good Hindi, went on to get the Order of the British Empire, the OBE, from Her Majesty, late Queen Elizabeth II, for his contribution to British cinema. So somewhere along the way, this dictionary also was part of his journey. And the last thing, which is very, very precious, which actually my son and me, we don't really, we were thinking of not putting this up, but we would like it to get to people who really love, good work, Om Puri, good cinema. And so I met Om Puri in 1991. I was a cub reporter at the Telegraph that time in Calcutta, and he was shooting there for Roland Joffe's Oscar award-winning director Roland Joffe, who made The Mission, Killing Fields, and all. He was shooting City of Joy in Calcutta based on the award-winning best-selling novel City of Joy by Dominic Lapierre. And the film starred Patrick Swayze opposite. Patrick Swayze and Om Puri were opposite each other, and Shabana Azmi played his wife. And I went to interview him, and the rest, as they say, is history. And we got married, etc., etc. Now, during the shooting of City of Joy, Om, actually, he's a method actor. So he started riding a rickshaw. And it's very difficult to pull a hand rickshaw, because they're literally gone extinct. So he actually got 2 rickshawalas to teach him. And he would cover his face. He would wear a ganji and a banyan. He would wear a banyan and a lungi. And he would cover his face with a gamcha so that people didn't recognize him. And he would bare feet ride the streets of Calcutta. And people were very worried. They said, "Please wear a chappal because you might get." He's saying, "No, most of the rickshawalas are riding bare feet." So this is the horn of the rickshaw bell. And why the reason I went to interview is, one morning I got up, I opened the Telegraph newspaper, and I see the photo of a rickshawala pulling a rickshaw. So I said, what is Calcutta, you see rickshaw and pull rickshaw everywhere. What's so important about this? Then I read it was Om Puri pulling a rickshaw. And I think one of the Telegraph photographers kept following him and one day caught him and got the front page photograph. So I said, my God, this fellow looks such a rickshawala that I have to go and interview him. That he's so much into the this thing of his character. And there's another interesting story. So every time after pulling the rickshaw, and he had these two passengers, the rickshawalas were his passengers, he would stop at a roadside dhaba and they would all have in the cooler ke chai. So ek din while they were having chai, one of the guys was telling the owner of the chai shop, a small little, street side shop, that देखिए ये जो है ना जो रिक्शा वाला ये एकदम ओमपुरी है ना एक्टर है ओमपुरी एकदम ओमपुरी जैसे लगता है. So he heard, the rickshaw walas also heard, they drank their tea while paying the money. Om said, Saab, मैं actually ओमपुरी हूँ. And then as he was pulling the rickshaw, he heard these guys saying, अरे यार क्या हालत हो गया, कितना अच्छा एक्टर था ना ओमपुरी, कितना अच्छे फिल्म्स किया, और बेचारा अभी रिक्शा, he's pulling a rickshaw. So Om said that was his biggest compliment. Now this was the bell he used with his rickshaw throughout. After the film, the rickshaw was transported to Bombay because he wanted the rickshaw and the bell. At that point in time, we did not have a closed garage. We had an open garage in our house. So the rickshaw was lying at a friend's house. He had a closed garage. And for years it was there till the friend decided to, emigrate to the US, and he sold off his flat. And then Om's heart broke because the rickshaw had to literally go into kabaddi. But the bell he kept, one day, he just gave it to me. He said, "Tu rakh le. हाँ तू तो बहुत संभाल के चीजों रखते है, चल ये रख ले." So it was there, and we used to, and actually this is very, 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 very this thing, because if you see the whole of City of Joy, you'll see this, and the passion with which I have not even bothered to, it's brass bell, the rickshawalas use. I have not even bothered to polish it. The rope is as it is.
Wow. I know for a fact, I am witness to this fact as well, that, I was at your place for dinner and there were you had some visitors from abroad and they were giving you muh mangi कीमत. वो कह रहे थे कि भाई, give this bell to us, give this dictionary to us, give this to us. They were ready to pay a fortune, but you didn't part with it. This is like 4 years back. I remember this very, very clearly.
4-5 years back, yes. When I was showing you the Zippo lighter and I said, your uncle gave it to Om sir.
Yes. So the viewers Hapell talk show would be very lucky, very fortunate, and if they can have the Zippo lighter, the pocket dictionary, and the bell. I mean, लोगों ने सपनों में भी तस्वीर नहीं किया था कि वो इसको possess करेंगे कभी जाके future में. It's invaluable, guys. It's just invaluable, and
I when Hapell came to me and approached me, I said, well, this is a great platform. Because there are film lovers, there are people who collect memorabilia, who collect antiques, Bollywood lovers, Hollywood lovers, basically lovers of antiques and collectibles. So I said, okay, now, why, in fact, Ishan said, Ma, don't give the bell. I said, I know it's tough, but at least what comes into the Om Puri Foundation, it will go towards good causes. It will go towards, the students of theatre, students of film, the people who deserve, the farmers, the karigars, the weavers. So that way, at least, Om will be happy that, chalo, it's getting into the foundation and it's helping people.
Absolutely. Nandaji, thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure that there'll be a lot of takers. People would be just rolling backwards to possess what you possess, something invaluable. It will go down in the museum of their family museum. It will go down in the history of them, for them to possess something invaluable like that.
Yeah, because this is there in City of Joy, the film. It is on the cover of the book City of Joy. Plus, Omji talks about the experience in his biography, Unlikely Hero Om Puri, where whoever gets the book, whoever gets the bell will also get a copy of the biography and, edition of City of Joy.
Truly grateful to you for your time and for having let go for the Hapell Stock Show for the viewers, for giving your most prized and the most dear possession, Nandaji. Thank you very much for your time. And I'm certain that people would be already, the bidding would have started and people would be dying to get this out. And special thanks to Ragini and to Sudipto ji. And I'm sure the Hapell Stock Show, and this is our maiden, our first talk show of the Hapell Stock Show. So guys, be ready. So when you possess that, you would be part of history in the making. Thank you very much, Nandaji.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.